So whenever I buy things, be it a controller or a earbuds, I really want something which is really value for its money, and it is basically complete from all its aspects, like build wise, audio quality, performance, battery life, all of this thing. So whenever a product checks all of those boxes, that's when I say that yeah, I can buy it. This gamepad is one of them. It cost around rupees 1500, and you can get it for as cheap as 1300. I bought it for around 1300 as far as I remember. I applied some code and bought it from the official CosmicByte website. The links for the official website will be down in the description, so you can please check it out, and it will also help the channel. If your budget is around 1500, you really have a lot of options. In fact, you have an option for 1400 rupees at that time, which is known as Amkette controller. The Amkette controller is the one which I think if you're gonna buy this gaming pad, I'm pretty sure that we have already looked, or you must have heard about the Amkette controller. Amkette controller are really around this price, but they also have this additional buttons over here on the back side, which is basically in line with the Xbox controller, which also has the same feature. Now, Amkette controller looks exactly the same like this one. Like, it also has a joystick over here and here instead of PS5. If you look at the PSK series, PS joysticks are over here like this. So if you are really comfortable for that, there are many controllers out here, and you can see few of them that I am suggesting you, which you can buy. However, the most prominent and famous controllers are built like Xbox only. So this is one of them. So why the heck did I not buy the Amkette one and I went with the CosmicByte? Because it is not only more expensive, but it is also lacking in one feature department. So I think this is a hot take, but it's true. So basically, if you compare the two of the controller, Amkette one has a more of a transparent kind of a look. Now, if at all it ever falls down, God forbid, it can break. The CosmicByte is made with a very thicker plastic. Moreover, I want to have this white kind of a controller because my setup is white themed, and having a white controller really helps. So basically, that's the very reason I had to went with ARES, because the CosmicByte ARES comes with completely white color, whereas the Amkette one has this very translucent kind of white controller, which I think looks really cheap in my opinion. Amkette one are kind of really cheap feeling on the triggers as well. So if you look at the triggers of this one, the triggers are absolutely wonderful. Trust me on this. Even the haptic on this is really point on. Whenever I hold it, I feel like I'm really, holding a PS5 controller for that matter. Like, it's really cool. I have held PS5 also, the controller for PS5, and trust me, it is on par with that one. I'm comparing it with PS5 because that's the one I have seen in white color, but obviously the layout of this controller is straight up rip off of Xbox, which is another reason I think it's good, because this thing is really comfortable in your hand, right? So the build quality is really amazing. I think for that department, I think for 1500, this is one of the best when it comes to build quality. Coming down to the features. For features, I will give this one to the Amkette, which is basically a straight-on competitor for the CosmicByte ARES one. So why Amkette? Because Amkette has an extra controller and it can be customized. I think it has few more buttons. So a problem that I have faced with this controller is that whenever I play Spider-Man Remastered, which is available for PC, or even any other games like God of War or something like that, what I have felt like that the buttons are not enough. Like, I ran out of button because sometimes I have to, I have to basically walk like this. I have to also change the, view, and then I also have to fight using this. So what happens is, whenever I have to fight or use any other abilities, I often have to remove my hand from this joystick, this one, and I have to remove this. So basically my hand is here. So I have to remove my finger from this one, and then I have to press this button in order to use my abilities. So what happens is that sometimes I really miss the enemy, or someone is shooting to me from behind, and that is a problem. That is a very big problem. So for that matter, if there would have been another 2 set of triggers over here, that would have helped me, because I don't have to lift my finger at all from the joysticks, and I can basically press the triggers from behind using my index finger, and that would basically mean that I can have my thumb on the joystick alongside. I can also, use my abilities like this with my fingers, and that would have been perfect. It looks like a spaceship to me. Like, come on, just look at it. It's really cool. Okay, you're not convinced yet? Let me turn it on. Look at that now. Now, what do you say? So, basically, it looks really like a spaceship. You can't change the RGB for this light, but it's really good. Come on. So, and you also have lights over there. And if you look at the buttons, it looks like there is some kind of a lens which basically gives you a feeling that the buttons are actually behind. So it gives you that depth to the buttons. So the buttons really have that depth, which I think is really cool. And it's honestly really good. I am really thrilled with it. It's really beautiful. And I think for the looks wise, Amkette EvoFox looks really cheap, to be honest. I mean, everyone has different opinion, but for me, CosmicByte ARES is basically a straight up ripoff of Xbox when it comes to the function and also the looks, even the build quality. So for that reason, I would say that in case of looks, I think the CosmicByte ARES, which is also available in the black color by the way, is one of the best, and compared to the Amkette, it is better. For the next thing, we have comfort and battery. Comfort wise, again, this is really good because it is basically ripoff of Xbox. So if something is a ripoff of a very big brand company which has done a lot of research for these things, the Xbox are a multinational or company, multi-billionaire company. So they do a lot of research on this comfort and stuff. So those big companies have already inputted their money for research and development, and these companies like CosmicByte have straight up copied the thing. So basically what happens is whatever you're getting it for cheaper, and the comfort is really good because they have basically copied the build of Xbox. So that is why the comfort is really beautiful. I have never experienced a pain. Initially, if you are a keyboard gamer, you will experience some kind of a pain because you have got used to the keyboard layout. But eventually, I think for some of the games, I usually play this for a few games, and a few games like FPS games like Valorant वगैरह, I'm using my keyboard. But for games like Spider-Man or Fall Guys, I think this is really brilliant and it is totally worth it. From the day I have bought it, it came with already charged. So I have never charged it once, and it's been around 2 or 3 weeks, around 1 month since I have bought it. In fact, even more, 1.5 months, and yet it has not even the charging is not drained yet. So it could be a reason. The one of the reason could be because I barely use a controller, but I still use it like casually. But I would say that the battery is not drained yet, so I cannot comment on that. As far as I know, it is really brilliant. It lasts long, so you should not even compare the Amkette or CosmicByte when it comes to battery. I'm not naming down you the specifications of the controller because I think you can go to the site yourself and you can compare that. But I'm basically focusing on the things that you cannot experience through the specification, which comes like personal experience. So that is what I'm sharing right now, and I think the battery is more than sufficient. No need to even look at the specifications and compare which has got better battery, because both of them have got enough juice in it and it should last you for a while. Coming down to the last thing, should you really buy this controller? Okay, for this particular controller, if you are looking for a controller with the budget around 1500, and basically all the criteria that I've mentioned are basically also the ones that you are looking for when it comes to build, when it comes to comfort, when it comes to battery life, when it comes to looks. So if every box have been checked off by this controller, then I think you should go for it. CosmicByte ARES is really one of the good one, and I also personally feel like the CosmicByte is well renowned compared to the Amkette one, because I have heard CosmicByte, they also make keyboards and mouse. So I think when it comes to customer service, they are really better when it comes compared to Amkette, because which is only I think available on Amazon, as per my knowledge. So CosmicByte are really good. Should you buy it? See, that is the decision I think you have to make for yourself, because if you are a keyboard gamer, I think they would personally know that when it comes to accuracy, keyboard is better when it comes to accuracy, because keyboard and nothing can beat keyboard and mouse. That's the very reason esport gaming also uses keyboard and mouse. But controller is mostly for fun. So basically, haptics, if you talk about this haptics vibrations, it is on point. Like whenever I load the game, I feel like I can experience all the movement. Whenever I'm walking, the controller vibrates. Whenever I'm shooting, especially GTA 5, that game has got excellent vibrations on it. So if you want to play GTA 5 and you do it for casually, or not a very professional gamer, so I think for that GTA 5 works really brilliantly. Even the car racing games or truck simulator driving games as such works really perfectly on this. Casual games like Fall Guys would also work perfectly. I think these three game category are really best experienced when you use a controller, and I think keyboard cannot give you that because the haptics are unbeatable on it. Controller for that any matter. So if you're buying a controller, do buy a haptic one, then only it's worth it. If you're buying it without haptic, I would say please save some money and get a better controller. Like 1500 price should be enough, where you would start to get a decent controller which will have every feature, and you could basically take enjoyment of all the feature rather than thinking that I have missed on any of them. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please check out the description. I have basically listed all the places where you can buy the controller, and please make sure you subscribe so that you can support the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to watch more such tech related video, I have made a playlist for my tech videos as well as my gaming PC series, where I have built this amazing setup. So if you want to know more about this setup, then you can watch that video, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching.